following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. Welcome back, everybody. There's episode 2 of NiagaraStuff, and once again, I have my friend Gaelan Baillie here as a co-host guest. Gaelan, how's it going today?
Good. How are you doing, Chris?
Pretty
how's it
good.
going?
What's going on, man? What's new?
Back for round 2.
Round 2, yeah. We've evolved a little bit. Nice set. We got some trinkets strewn about, and things are getting more comfortable and evolving. So we look forward to doing more episodes, and could definitely use your input. So if you have something that you might want to see us cover or talk about, if you want to send in any kind of video clips or anything you want to share, go ahead, send it in. We'll put the the email address up, and we look forward to any contributions. Kind of cruising along, and welcome to episode 2.
Yes.
So we're heading into autumn now, kinda.
Yeah.
Tail end of summer, and tonight is a big Bills game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Week 2 against Miami Dolphins.
What do
It's
you
a Thursday
think?
night game.
Let's get right off the bat. Let's say, what's your score prediction?
Man. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the Bills are gonna win. It's gonna be close though. It's gonna come down. It's gonna be like 27-24. It's going to come down to the end.
All right. Rich, what do you think? This is our producer, Rich.
Yeah.
He's the guy behind the wheels of steel or the knobs of plastic and dials. But
I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a little bit lower scoring, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the Bills will probably win, but I think it might be something kind of like that game where they were Miami a couple years ago. I think it'll be something like 21-18 or something like that.
Bills?
Bills probably 21-18, something like that.
All right, I'll be the contrarian just because you both picked the Bills, and I'll say Dolphins 34, Bills 31.
Right. I mean, honestly, I could see it going that way too. I mean, I have to pick the Bills. I'm a Bills fan. I mean, how could I pick against them?
That's good.
But
that's good, especially on a Thursday night.
I don't know. It's tough. It's gonna be tough.
We'll leave the real predictions and sports talk to the Tank Talk podcast. That's on Monday nights, and they're more experts than I ever will be. So after listening to that, you can learn a lot. Live 6:30 on Monday nights, right, Rich?
Yep.
Is that the right time? Cool. So, but anyway, that's the game's tonight, so why not talk a little bit about it and see who's closest. I was trying to think of we could do a bet or something about who's, I don't know. $1?
I think it's gonna be a tough
Bet
one.
you
It's gonna be a
$1
tough
on
one
that.
today. I don't know. What watches 9-6 or something like that?
Yeah, right. I don't even know.
It won't be
It's in
9-6.
Miami, and what's the weather go? It's probably just
Well, it's
warm
probably
and
hot
beautiful,
as hell.
95.
Right. Well, they put now it's gonna be a night game. Before though, the opposing team is blaring in the sun. They're just standing there in the sun. They had last time they played, they were dehydrated.
2 years ago. I was at that game. My son and I flew.
Then
to
week 3, I went to that one.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
We weren't even in the
as hell.
sun, and we were done. We were looking at the literally just melting.
Yeah,
it was hot.
I went to one game with my. We went to visit my buddy Paulie. It was 98, I think. It was miserable.
Yeah, it's
it was miserable watching the Dolphins play, but it was miserable being there. Oh man, it's such a contrast to what we do at.
The Dolphins also have a very strange song when they score.
Yes, that's what we were making. It's like a 1930s.
That's how it goes. It's super bizarre.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, did you ever hear that one from Marv Levy? The one where he was trying to get going.
Yeah, it was terrible too.
God, that was so bad. It was going on and on. It was like 7 minutes long.
I like the shout song. I don't like the first part of the shout song though. It's kind of corny itself too. I like the end though.
Isn't the beginning of it the
Bills make me want to shout? I don't know.
guy.
I don't know. I think it's a little corny.
Many
itself,
years
yeah.
ago, they had
The end's
to.
good though.
They used it back in the 90s for a while, and somewhere towards the end of the 90s when they were no longer that good, I remember still going to a game, and they decided not to use the shout song anymore.
Really? Yeah.
I think it was probably a licensing thing because they had to pay, because it's obviously based on the song from Animal House, like
Right.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's
It's an
yeah,
old- I had
like
no
it's
idea.
in
like the
Animal. It's
Isley
in,
Brothers
it's,
or somebody, or
was
who's
it?
it? I don't. Who's the old?
Yeah, it's obviously the original. I can't think of the artist, but no, you're right. But I remember like literally, you would have thought that they had done something sacrilegious, like that song wasn't going to be used. So by the next week, it was back. There was such the stadium and the
What they use in place?
I don't remember. It was something awful. It wasn't like it was just some generic thing that some local artist had written and nobody liked it. And
Remember Talking Proud, Buffalo? Yeah, Talking Proud. Do you remember that at all?
Before my time.
Talking Proud. Yeah,
I just saw some on social media about it.
The Buffalo's got a spirit, and then that woman
Buffalo's
walk
got
in
the
with the weird
spear.
art back. For
You know
years, when you would go down, what's it called? When you go down the Skajaqua, you would go past the maintenance building, and for years they had like the big poster up, like the painting on the wall, like Buffalo's.
They'll probably bring that back.
I
At some
always liked
point,
that
it'll
one.
become popular
Talking Proud.
again. Yeah, I mean, you watch that now, and it's so corny, but it was cool. It was like the shout song of the mid '80s,
maybe,
or
probably like early '80s. Yeah, probably.
But I want to ask you about different.
God.
What your opinion is on different sections of the city, and
Different sections
I don't
of the
mean
city, all
opinion
right.
as like don't
Wow, all right.
skewer. I'm just mean like what comes to your head when I say DeVoe. Are you
DeVoe. I call DeVoe Lewiston Light.
nice? Okay, that is perfect. You really don't have to even say any more. Stop there. I'll ask you about.
Give
a
me some
different
more. I
place.
got nicknames for the whole
All
town.
right, LaSalle,
Uh,
LaSalle.
no, I call LaSalle.
Yeah,
It's like a village, though. I call LaSalle. And then, it's kind of weird, though, because LaSalle is like its village on Buffalo Avenue. And then you got your highway on Niagara Falls Boulevard. It's like butts up to the
right.
highway.
Yeah, good point.
It's
good
like an
point.
insane. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
But I sometimes drive like 50, 60 miles an hour on that road.
On the
Everyone else
boulevard?
does. Everyone drives like a maniac.
Oh
on
yeah,
that road.
that's not. Yeah, it's not
Pretty
village.
standard,
Village material.
The village
at
style
all
is the
there.
Buffalo Avenue style.
Right.
Is it more
Well,
village?
I would say it goes
It
all the
feels
way
like a
to
village.
the 104th Street, probably, right? Or
What's that?
Williams Road, LaSalle.
Yeah, Williams Road.
Yeah, I think when you
Williams
get to
Road?
Williams Road,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
nobody goes down.
end
You
of-
go down Buffalo Avenue past the highway, 190.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a village feel, and then you kind of
Yeah.
snake around Cuga to Military Road. It kind of feels more of a village, small
Yeah.
business. But the Boulevard, which is still LaSalle, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
the
like a
rights.
highway.
If you're if you're on
commercial
the
strip.
if you're on the boulevard,
If you're on the supper
So the right
side,
side's
if you're on the
LaSalle.
supper side,
So yeah, so here's the, so now
Yeah,
I
Lewiston
know
Light
this
side.
because of my years working for the school district. So if you're at like where the Starbucks is and Tops, that's all Niagara Falls until you get up to the McDonald's of Military Road.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
once you get to Ollie's, everything once you get from Ollie's on the left side, I guess that's the north side of Niagara Falls Boulevard, from there all the way up to Williams Road, that is town of Niagara.
Well, there is
so
one.
Ollie's is in town of Niagara,
Ollie's is in town of Niagara.
There's a
but
section, though,
across
that-
the street,
right?
the McDonald's
Is
and
LaSalle.
the Walgreens, that's the city.
But there is a
of Niagara.
section of. I know this because I know the owner of Cuga Village. That one little part of Cuga Village, like where the office is in the city of Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
you're
the
right,
other
'cause-
side,
right.
the rest of it's
Yeah.
pretty much in town Niagara,
Yeah.
in the trailer park.
Walmart's in Niagara Falls, right?
Walmart's in Niagara
Yeah,
Falls.
So
but
is
that
that
was
is
LaSalle.
that that's LaSalle?
there's a
that's
funny
a weird.
story with that.
That was
is-
where LaSalle High
Oh
School
yeah,
was.
right.
But there's,
Yeah.
but there's a funny story about that. So that when they decided to build LaSalle Senior High School, 1956 or whatever it was, they went to the town of Niagara. The city of Niagara Falls went to the town of Niagara and said, "We need land for the school," and the town of Niagara said, "You could have it," and they gave it to them for like $1 or whatever
Like a
it
little
was.
annex of LaSalle. Or,
So that they just turned, because at that point the town of Niagara had way more land than they ever thought that they would, and there really wasn't that much development over there.
Yeah.
So that's like, sure, you can have it. So they gave it to them, and then when they decided to close LaSalle and merge everything over at the new Niagara Falls High School, town of Niagara came back and said, "We want our land back," and it went to court because they knew that there was going to be a Walmart there and plazas. They wanted those tax dollars, and they went to court, and the town of Niagara argued that the intention was the land was for the school, but if it was ever going to, but there was
remember that
nobody
now.
had ever put that verbiage into the agreement So the state court said no. Like you, if you really wanted it back, if they ever tore down the school, you should have put it in writing, and you never did. Like
So Walmart's in the city of Niagara
So the
Falls.
Walmart, everything in front of it, the Sam's Club, all of
Good.
that.
Chili's.
But as soon as you
Good.
go behind Sam's Club and go across that road into
Yeah.
Applebee's, once you hit the outlet mall, that is all town of Niagara.
It's crazy how different it is, though, from when I was in high school. That was like middle of Walmart parking lot was probably where we were having bonfires in the woods, in a thick woods that you could have full
You were in
bonfires.
bonfires? What, after school?
No, on
Like
Friday
for
and Saturday
homecoming.
nights. Yeah, like hidden. You would go into the trails behind, say, where Chili's is now, was where the school was.
Yeah.
The football field would be where Walmart parking lot is, probably.
I figured this out. That's okay. I actually did this one time. I
Jeez,
went on a
we're
Google.
talking to the guy
I
that
went
knows
and found
exactly.
a map of Niagara Falls, like a picture, when we were actually at the public library. And I took a picture of the map. That there was like an aerial map. Someone taking a helicopter, or C-130 or something.
Okay.
And then I looked at a Google Earth, thing, and I was trying to figure it all out. So if you are on Military Road and you turn in that road like you're going to go to Panera Bread, like
Yeah.
that, and then you go down that road that goes behind.
Rick Manning Drive?
Like,
or?
no, the street over.
Oh,
Rick
the
Manning,
more
the next
the-
one over.
okay.
That would take you in line, like you said, past the one wing of LaSalle to the back.
The
of,
horticulture
where that,
buildings
what
or
is it,
whatever's
Boot
over-
Barn or something, like where those buildings
Oh,
are.
yeah.
That's probably, when you get to the very back there, that's probably about where the J.K. Rose Stadium was, like that far back. The school was much closer to the road. So if you think of like where Chili's, the Verizon store,
Yes.
the front of Sam's
That's
Club,
where the
all
buses
of that
dropped off.
would have been where the school
Yeah.
was.
There's one of those little electric huts.
Yeah,
it's
it's
off to
still
the
there.
left. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that little
didn't
brick
touch
building's
that.
still there.
And that was right where the bus looped in, where they
Yeah.
dropped all the kids
Yeah.
off in the day.
Yep.
So the school was, say, where Chili's is, I guess, and then all that behind it was, there's a football fields, and behind that was woods.
Yeah.
And then behind that was the
Sabre Park was-
Sabre Park,
yeah.
which was a trailer park.
Yeah, and we walked back there, and there was just trails going to a little fire pit, and we would have full blown keg parties back there.
Just off the school
Off
premises.
the school 50 feet away from the football field, or
Really?
whatever I think it was a football field. Then there was a practice
probably
field.
100, because that was a
times.
pretty big parking lot back there.
Yeah.
And that big parking lot, that was the teacher parking lot, they used to call it.
Right.
And the track was back there, and then there was the baseball diamonds and
Yep.
stuff. But that parking lot was big enough.
It was huge.
That for homecoming week, they would usually have the bonfire.
They'd
right
have an
on
actual
the,
bonfire in
right
the parking
in-
lot.
Yeah,
huge,
right in the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah.
like a story high, huge bonfire where all the kids were we were all just hanging out. I remember Mr. Quinn, who I heard passed away recently.
Oh.
One of my favorite teachers, but he was smoking a cigar, and that was a big deal that Mr. Quinn was smoking a cigar at the bonfire. I mean, like the next day we were talking, Mr. Quinn was smoking a cigar, like, but we walk back and have full blown drunken senior year 11th grade keg
Yeah.
parties in the woods. Oh, LaSalle. It was fun. I mean, you can imagine the stuff, like even over by, where Beverly Lanes was? Were you?
Yeah, I was in a bowling league, a little kid bowling league.
Behind that was
Yeah.
a little patch of forest called the Cove, I think.
Really?
And the Cove was a place where that was another little spot where everybody went and drank after school. Was in the Cove.
So
You kids
had
drink? Were
Beverly
you guys drinking at
Lanes.
17 and 18 years old?
Yeah, we were getting
shit.
me and my buddies were. This is I don't know to say it on a podcast, but we were getting drunk in 8th grade going to the St. John's dances.
What, really?
Yes.
Oh man, how'd you guys get the
Catholics?
thing? They.
We would.
I'm a
we
little
would,
younger than
we
you, so
would
I feel like
drink-
they really cracked down on that. It was
Oh
hard to
yeah,
get stuff.
I don't
It
know.
was
I don't
super
know.
hard.
We caught the end of. I think that things got tight after.
Yeah.
But I mean, I never.
I went
I
to
never
school at
smoked pot
Wheatfield.
until after I was out of high school. A lot of people it did in high school. I
Yeah.
never smoked until I was 18, 19. But drinking, we drank 8th grade, going to the St. John's dances, getting blitzed. I mean,
When
stupid.
you think about how many kids back then smoked
Smoked cigarettes.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, cigarettes, man!
like-
I went to
Yeah.
school at Wheatfield.
Yeah, like-
you could walk across the street at
Oh.
12 years old,
Like,
and
I don't
pack
even
cigarettes.
think like those years as a teacher. I'm trying to think of like how often like the kids never smelled like cigarettes. They smelled like other things, but they never smelled
Yeah.
like cigarettes. But like very few kids I ever remember smoking cigarettes. Like that is such a weird thing
Right.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
When I went to
My
middle
friends all
middle
smoked
school,
cigarettes,
Everyone
but-
smoked cigarettes at Wheatfield because you could walk across the street and buy cigarettes at 12 years old.
Yeah. You're right. That's how cigarettes were. Wilson Farms.
Smoking Joe sold
at
cigarettes
the junior high
to kids.
Junior high, you'd walk past.
To go to the Y that was on 77th Street there.
Pardon?
The YMCA.
Oh yeah, on what street?
There was. I remember when we weren't at school on Friday nights or Saturday nights, there was always something going on at the Y. And the
You're talking the one connected to Beverly Lanes?
Yeah, it was Beverly Lanes, and then there was the Niagara Racquetball Club, which was like a workout place for a few years. And that's that building's still there. That's some
CompuMail or now it's something else. Yeah.
And then next to it there was the YMCA.
There's still the remnants of the basketball court there.
And that's where you went. Everybody was in. If we had they had hockey league, so we'd go play hockey on Friday nights.
I love the Y.
You would just put a team together, and everybody else would just come and watch. And then there was, in the summertime, there were camps for kids, cool. And it was a good
fun.
time.
LaSalle, I love LaSalle going to. It was great high school.
Then you go to Denny's at the end of the night.
Yeah, and Georgian House.
Georgian House.
There was a Georgian House.
I used to go to the Georgian House.
Okay, so. That was in the parking lot of Beverly Lanes.
Office, or it was a dentist office.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, I see they're doing something at Pizza Hut now. The dumpsters are out there and they're filling it up. But you know what's funny is whenever something takes over like a Pizza Hut or a 7-Eleven, they keep the shape, and the shape still looks like it'll be a acupuncture place or whatever vape store, and it still looks like a Pizza Hut. And
Mexican restaurants are very known for that.
Yeah,
they take the building and they're just put paint on it.
They have, or something becomes a Spirit Halloween store. Mm-hmm. Like it was once the, City Hall, and then there's a Spirit Halloween store banner hanging the next August.
City Hall, Niagara Falls?
No, yeah, I'm just joking. You know what I mean?
It was somebody, yeah.
Yeah, it closes up and it becomes a Spirit Halloween store. Funny stuff. All right, so that was LaSalle. Well, we could go on forever about that, but let me migrate over to the tourist district, downtown.
That's downtown.
Downtown.
That's a real
Aquarium,
downtown.
3rd Street, casino area to the falls.
Yeah, that's a real downtown. That's a commerce area.
Commerce area. Main Street.
That's
over
where all
there
the money.
way?
Main Street.
Wait.
Main Street.
Let's hold off Main Street. Let's talk about down because that's going to be that will be the next one. So
downtown, the tourist district?
Downtown tourist.
Yeah, that's
that's
the real
growing. In your opinion,
is it
now
growing? Oh, it's definitely growing very slow. It's definitely growing. It's better than it's weird because it gains stuff, but it loses stuff. Yeah. You build a new hotel, but one closes.
Right.
You get a new restaurant, then one also closes.
Even
so it's like you're
gotta be
you get one and you lose one.
Right.
I think it's getting. I don't know. It's in transition.
Isn't it always?
It's always in some sort of transition, but there's no final product. It seems like.
No, it's an ongoing project.
Yeah, but I'll say though, in the summertime, it is the heartbeat of the city.
Packed.
You'll never be.
Packed.
It's like a microcosm of New York City. There's so many different cultures and languages and people down there from all around the world or different areas. It's honestly, it's an area of the city I don't think the rest of the city knows about.
Well,
they're like, don't go down there.
In relation to that, strange. I've had since the last podcast, those the people that had watched had asked me, "Where's Mario's?" They know where Donatello's is. They have no idea where Mario's is. When I explain where it is, they go, "Oh, we gotta go down there," because it was still end of August. It was before Labor Day or whatever. And they're like, "I'm not going down there."
The funny thing is though, I lived in Boston. I lived in some major cities before, and. Niagara Falls doesn't feel like a city to me. Your housing is close together. Yeah, you have, on-street parking, but it's like a small, little town. It doesn't feel like a city because it doesn't have the hustle and bustle to it.
There's no skyscrapers.
There's no sense of urgency. There's not people moving fast. Everyone's kind of I don't know, stuck in their ways. Where a major city, there's a lot of movement, a lot of transit going on, a lot of people, and hurry up, get out of my way type of attitude. We're I'm glad the downtown tourist district has that attitude because there's so much movement going on. A lot of people either coming here for 2 hours, they got to, they're in a hurry or this is going on. Where I'm glad. I don't know if I could live here if the tourist district didn't exist here. And when I lived downtown Niagara Falls, I lived on 3rd Street above Wine on 3rd. I used to ride across and walk across to the Canadian side all the time.
Yeah. So
it was like I was on this 2 tourist cities, not Canada, and it was kind of nice because you're in these 2 hustling little downtowns.
Right.
Where I don't know why locals don't go down there. I like to be in the mix of
Yeah.
so much chaos of people and stuff like that. I don't want to. I like walking too. I like walking in the city. I don't know. Here, people get mad like, "Oh, there's a lot of traffic on Pine Avenue." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" After 8:00, it's like a ghost town. Like there's there's no one around.
Well,
What do you
going
mean?
back
Like,
to that,
there's
I
no
tell
walking.
people wait till about 6:00 and go down to
There's
Mario's.
no one walking
You
around.
could
There's
park
no one
right in front
anywhere
of.
around. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you got to park a block and walk, I mean,
Right.
it's not bad
You're
walking
in
a block.
Imagine trying to find a parking spot in New York City.
Yeah, you're in a city.
Yeah,
You're
you might
supposed to
walk a quarter mile,
you know?
a mile to get there. Even in
Well,
Buffalo,
you know why
sometimes.
nobody goes downtown anymore?
Yeah.
It's too busy. Nobody goes down there anymore.
But it's not that busy. That's the funniest thing.
Wait,
like,
that's the
it's
Yogi
not.
Berra line. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too busy. And I'm like,
I'm not
wait,
going down
what?
there.
Like,
It's packed.
Yeah, it's not, it's
You know,
not
my
that
dad
busy. I don't
used to
get it.
tell me about when they were teenagers and driving their cars. They'd go down Pine Ave and the Main Street. They'd get to Fall Street and they would have to wait like say the casino area. They'd have to wait 1-2 lights. That's how many people were walking.
Yeah.
They would wait. It'd be a green light, but they had to
Yeah.
wait because so many people shopping down Main Street and everything. And
Yeah.
then finally they'd get a break and be able to go. And now, I mean, geez.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go.
it is pretty hectic there on a weekend. I mean,
From-
like, I can
from,
understand why you wouldn't want to go down to like Rainbow Boulevard on a Saturday or Sunday in the
Right.
middle of the tree. It's
Memorial
hard
Day
to
to
find.
Labor
It's
Day.
fine. It's hard to drive around down
Yeah,
there.
and find a park. Actually,
yeah.
I mean that's great though. Find a parking spot might be tough.
Well, I mean, if you go down there, literally, the thing is though, if you're not right by what you want, you're
Right.
not going to find a spot right in front of you want. Like you want to go to Mario's during the week, yeah, you're not going to find a spot.
No.
But if you parked on Niagara Street, you'll find a spot, no problem, like immediately.
And it's
like,
a quick
immediately.
walk. I mean,
It's not even a
yeah.
5-minute walk. So I mean,
it is packed
I
from
think-
Memorial Day to Labor Day. It is packed.
in
Eight
that
million,
block.
8 million visitors.
Yeah, we don't get no. But I mean,
3 million visitors. Yes.
yeah, I mean it's busy in that one block area, but if you go a couple blocks, it's dead. There ain't nobody there. I mean,
Yeah.
you could find. I park almost every single time I go down there. If I can't find parking, I guarantee find a parking spot by Niagara Hotel, right across from Anchor Bar. There's always parking right
Oh
there.
yeah, right.
Right on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
street.
That's where I park.
Yeah,
Right
and the meters
off
don't
the-
work, so
off
I just
the,
park for free. They don't even
roundabout.
check the meters, so
Yeah.
it's kind of ridiculous. $5 an hour is absurd. So I
have
don't.
never.
I'd rather roll the dice.
I roll the dice, and there's never. I knock on the.
I'm not paying. I'm not paying $5 an hour.
No.
Are you out of your mind? I
I
roll the
park and
dice on a
someone
$50
says,
ticket.
"Don't you have to?" I go, yeah.
Yeah, I go to
not
Spot
paying
Coffee
that.
all the time, and
insanity.
I never pay in the lot because
Now
I'm like,
watch.
there's like 8 cars in the morning,
Yeah.
like in the lot.
It's
I'm
absurd.
like,
A year from now, we'll do this podcast. Well, I got busted twice. Oh yeah, I got busted 3
I've got
times.
more.
We'll all
I
have
got no.
parking
We know where I get
tickets
parking
from-
tickets.
Just
What's that?
saying.
We know where I get parking tickets
Where?
in my front of my house.
I was gonna say at your house.
because it's like I forget to put
Yeah.
I forget to flip my car, or my son forgets to
Yeah,
flip his
yeah.
car to the opposite side of the street, and then it's like
Yeah.
you wake up in the morning and you go outside and you got the $25
Yeah.
park, and it's like. You know,
the-
you could argue, oh, why are they doing that? Well, it is the law, and
Yeah.
I broke the law. I was stupid. I forgot to move my car. Like, it's not the city's
Downtown
fault.
though,
Like,
the parking meter is absurd though. It should be like $1 an hour. $5 is too much. That's insane.
For though, like speaking of a big city, New York City, how much is parking there?
Well, go to
We're
Buffalo.
talking about New York City. You can't compare Niagara
But I'm
Falls
just
to
saying,
New
the
Well,
people
just go to
are
Buffalo and
ready
try-
to
and
spend.
go to
Buffalo's even cheaper. Buffalo's super cheap.
It depends on the
Absolutely.
lot.
It's
'cause
$20
a lot
bucks
of
to
those
find a
lots
lot.
It depends on
not the
lot.
lots. You park on the street, it is cheap. You pay right with their Buffalo roll map. I used to go to Buffalo all the time. You pay right that roll map. It's cheap, and it's free after 5:00 anywhere in the city during the week.
I couldn't even give
During
my
the
2
week.
cents on it because I never.
But if you go
drive
down there
to
like on a
freaking
Friday or
Buffalo.
Saturday night and there's really not a lot of street parking left,
I plan on
then you
spending
gotta
30
find-
bucks,
then you
30
gotta
bucks
find
to
a
park.
lot.
A couple
Yeah.
blocks away and walk.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't.
Nobody wants to
Yeah.
walk. I don't get it. Everyone's obese. No one wants to walk. Walk.
No, I think
Walk.
when you go into a big city, you got to plan on walking 2 miles, a mile. You know,
Absolutely.
a mile there, a mile back.
No, like
maybe.
if we go to New York, we'll go to New York usually every year or so, and we'll go for a weekend and go to theater and stuff like that. And we drive because we've done we always talk about doing the train. We've never done it, but I'm like, well, let's just drive. So, but we always find a hotel that has a lot that's part of the
Yeah.
package, and we park the car in the lot the entire time we're there.
Yeah.
And then we just we either do Ubers or we just take the subway or we walk.
It's
Depending
yeah.
on what we're
That's one thing I miss. When I lived in Boston, I didn't even have a car. I walked everywhere. I walked or took the T, they call it, everywhere. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're not gonna have a public transportation system like that. But like even now, just walking this city, it's it's just not much. If you live what they call downtown, there's not much to walk to. I live on 30th Street.
That's where,
There's not really anywhere
but
to walk
in
to.
the tourist area, you could live, park,
Oh, absolutely.
and walk
I
all
walked
that
everywhere.
whole- yeah,
and then if
right.
I wanted
So
to go to
right.
Buffalo, I took the 40, which picked me up in front, and took it right to downtown Buffalo.
Right.
So it was a nice amenity. It was a nice setup, to be honest with you. It just wasn't a lot of variety, and there was still more, but there's still more in the summer. It was, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
is. It's a ton.
transit
It's
people
gr-
coming through.
it's-
It's a nice mix. But a lot of locals don't go down there. They don't.
No.
They don't know what they have
They don't.
of a city, and that's
Just
where
like
the
people
that's the
asking
heartbeat
about
of the city.
Mario's. People
Yeah.
never even heard of it. Like, oh, it's one of the best pizza places in the city. And
Or
it's
Flip
right
Burger
there.
down
It's
there, yeah.
right by the entrance to the state parks.
Yeah, it's
But
nice.
people will wait
Yeah.
till October to go, or maybe in
Well, then
March.
his hours get super
in
strange.
March,
'cause
yeah,
that's
like,
kind
yeah,
of
he
a-
won't even be open. Maybe
Right now, he's got a sign on his thing. It's in marker on a paper plate. Just says closed for repairs. I don't know what that means. So
well, you gotta
I
wait.
think he's done.
It's like
Mario's
pizza
done.
oven. Pizza oven is just take a guess.
I think that's code word for he's in Italy now.
Yeah, good. Yeah. He's studying doughs and
He's having a good time in it.
Pizza
I mean,
ovens.
He should. He
What's your favorite place to go down and eat downtown?
down and eat. To be restaurant wise, it's
Doesn't even have to be a restaurant because there's some quick service stuff down there too.
quick service. Let's see. If I'm looking for quick, I eat Mario. I eat a slice from Mario's all the time. I eat Donatello's quite a bit. I'll eat Power City Eatery. Their pastrami's crazy good.
yeah, Power City's great.
You don't pay for it, but it's good. I'll tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
it's delicious.
yep.
It's I wish it was a little bigger though. I could eat more of it. Then I eat at I think I think the best restaurant down there, which is historic, is Red Coach Inn. It's
Yeah, I
historic. It has the smell of the fireplace
Yeah,
still.
when
Yeah.
the fire's
It's
going, and
nice.
like if you go there
The
in
food's
like the
good.
winter or something for like breakfast or
Yeah.
lunch, it's beautiful in there with.
I mean, I do like the pizza at Wine on Third too. Wine on Third's a great spot to. I like to.
I
I
like
always
Wine
my
on
spot
Third, too.
I drink at and my spots I eat at.
Yeah.
I like to drink at Wine on Third. I like to down there. I like Archives. I have some beers at.
Yeah, I like Archives. That was fun. I've only been
Craft
there
is
once.
down
but
there
it was
too.
nice.
I'm right next door to the Craft there, so I like that spot.
This is a good shout out to all small businesses down there.
I wish some places that would be open more, which could have a cool spot, is the Culinary Arts, but it's run by the county.
Yeah.
They got a great patio on Old
That's
Falls.
another one
Great
that the
spot to mix it up,
locals-
but it's kind of a lost opportunity. I
Yeah.
wish the Hyatt would actually have a bar on their little
I thought they-
rooftop.
Do they have like service up there? Does someone come down?
No, you got to buy a drink at the bar, take the elevator up. I wish it was like just the bar was up there.
There should be a rooftop bar.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
up there. That'd be a cool spot.
One of
but
these
it-
days, the Hotel Niagara will be open and there'll be that rooftop bar.
We'll see.
One of
Yeah.
these
But it's
days.
the same thing at the
Yeah.
Giacomo. If you go get a drink in the bar, you can take the elevator up
take
to
it
the
off.
top.
I'd rather
and
be
walk
up
up a
there,
flight
I don't
of
wanna-
stairs. Just put a bar up there.
Is the
Because I don't wanna finish
Giacomo's
my drink,
bar
I come
open?
down,
I mean, I would
come
hang
down, I'm
out
done.
at that
I'm
bar
leaving.
pretty
I'm out of
regularly
there.
if they had a bar at the top of Giacomo.
Right.
We've been going.
Yeah.
Actually, the DoubleTree bar is pretty nice for a hotel lobby.
I go to
Yeah.
DoubleTree a lot.
like that, too. And the
I go to
bartenders are
Sevi a
good.
lot. My wife really loves that outdoor patio at Sevi. Or
Yeah.
whatever. it's
Siva.
called. Siva, sorry.
Yeah.
With the-
I'm
with
from
that
Niagara
one's
Falls, I
the-
got terrible pronunciation. So.
Where's that off? That's on
That's-
Rainbow Boulevard?
That's the one
right
on
across from
Rainbow
Anchor Bar.
Boulevard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet. But
Yeah.
it looks nice.
But even the building that Strangio built, the hotel, the Cambria, whatever he called it.
That's nice in there.
The bar inside
haven't
there
been
is
in
pretty
there yet.
nice. You know,
Yeah, it's nice. It's
it's a hotel
lobby
bar,
bars
but
are
it's
tough.
a nice bar. It's a
You go hit or miss.
Yeah.
The DoubleTree does a great job, though. I don't know. The DoubleTree's got, I would say, it's the busiest hotel lobby bar I've ever seen.
It's nice.
A lot of the
sure.
hotel people go there.
for sure.
They have a
Yeah.
lot of events. So there's a lot of
Yep.
same thing. A lot of hustle and bustle going on.
Is that Chill 443
Every
still
weekend
open?
there is a
I
hockey
don't know if it's open
tournament.
or not. I don't know.
Every weekend you go there,
There's live
like
music.
there's people for a hockey tournament. Like if you go
Oh, yeah,
there
hockey
from,
hockey
from
tournament.
now on, there will be guys. There'll be like 12-year-olds going up and down an elevator with a bag of hockey.
Always.
like just always at
Always,
that hotel.
yes.
That's the go-to.
All the
hotel.
actually downtown in general. It's just always hockey tournaments.
But I mean,
Very
we
funny.
were trying a while ago when I was at the head of the tourism advisory board for the city during COVID to get the downtown to allow open containers, so you could wander from these places, leave with a plastic cup, where you could maybe create a pub crawl
like
or
a Bourbon Street.
you could wander
kind
around
of,
a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of tourist districts that allows. I mean, the first time I ever saw it, I know been to cities where they have coupled streets.
Yeah.
Bourbon Street or this
Right.
district, and that's it. The only time I ever saw was like almost like a full downtown was like Savannah, Georgia, where it was like, it was pretty big. It was like
Savannah's. We were just.
It was
in Savannah
incredible, man. It was like I went
Wow.
I went on a ghost
section of Savannah. It's not the whole downtown area, but
It's
there
pretty
is
big.
that. No, but you're right. It's a huge.
Massive.
It's a huge footprint. Like,
And I went to it, and it was like I was on a walking tour. I was going on a ghost walking tour. So I like picked up outside of this pub, and I was like, I'm gonna go. I was in there. I was like, I'm gonna go pound an IPA before we go on this tour. So I walk in there. I was like, give me an IPA, and the guy was like, for here to go. I was like, what do you mean for here to go? I didn't order takeout. I was just for a beer. He's like, no, you can take it to go.
Shit, all right. Give me 3 IPAs.
Like, give me 2 of them.
All right.
I'll take 2 and a shot of Jameson
even
right
if
now.
they tried that, it'd be cool if they tried that on the Falls, just like on 3rd Street, like
They
on
did
a Friday.
that.
Just
Well, you
do
know
it
what
on
the thing
Friday
is?
nights. Like, just do it on a
Sometimes.
Friday night.
Well,
like
the thing
a
is, they
couple times a month.
allow open containers on Old Falls Street. So they have a little kiosk on there you could buy beer
Right.
from. You could
Their
drink on the
beer,
street.
right. You could.
But only on Old Falls Street. And they don't even advertise it really.
No, but now
But
people.
I said,
don't
why
know.
not have the whole downtown? So we had like, a hotel. The Hyatt was fairly new, and they were trying to get people in there. The Hard Rock kind of like the idea where you could have like souvenir cups, because that's the big thing is like, you go to these places
Yeah.
like Bourbon Street has souvenir cups.
Right.
So if you were walking and all of a sudden you see this guitar shaped cup and it's
I
like,
think
where
I
did
was
you
still
get
on
that?
the business on the DNFBA when we were talking
We're
about the
trying
cups.
to push
and
this
stuff,
and man, nobody wanted
Ah,
nobody governmental wise. They came up with every reason that was going to go wrong, or there's going to be litter. Of course, anytime you roll something out, it's going to be a problem, and you guys got to adjust to fix the problem. But does it get people there? That's the point.
so
And nobody wants to get people
No.
down. I don't get it.
that and
Yeah.
especially or get people out of the hotel rooms and spending money at
Yeah,
the
and then
small
you could have
businesses.
a well lit. You could create a path. You could have a whole thing, and you kind of organically watch the people walk. You'll find where they're walking by the litter, and
Yeah.
you say, well, you could maybe this is you
True.
clean up this. Maybe put garbage cans here, but also you're saying this is the path that they're taking.
Yeah.
And then you could kind of get more pedestrian traffic going, and maybe you're starting to develop things off that. But it was very.
Where's the litter going? To the casino down Old Falls Street?
there's
I
no
mean,
litter.
where are people?
Nobody even drinks or walks around.
No
so
one litters?
There's nobody walking around. I mean, it's just it's such deadness at a time. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's just very bizarre. Like the open container thing really could have been cool and done right. And the thing is, they were so apprehensive. They're like, well, we want family attractions. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we
has
could
to be
have
a
family
mix.
attractions, but
There has to be a mix.
and those are $1 million ideas, and you need somebody to build that and do that. This is a policy change, and you have to go after every market. Like when I was going to Niagara Falls, Canada, they go after everybody.
Yeah. Well,
Bachelor parties,
that's what I mean. You need to
bachelorette
balance
parties,
it between every
families.
little genre.
There isn't like, oh, we're only after one market. We're going after every
No.
market. I mean, you
Right.
go to if you were to go. I used to go to Canada a lot. I mean, in my single days, the golf course was built. Where's it built? Close to the strip clubs.
Right.
They went there and there. Bachelor parties are there. I'm not even kidding. That was
it
a
made
scene.
sense.
They're
Yeah.
spending money.
Right.
There's a casino
All the
there.
bars, yeah.
They're gambling. They're drinking. They're going to golf
Right.
clubs.
Hit the
and
casino
they're
on the way
going to
back
strip
over the-
clubs.
yeah.
That was that scene. Then you got Clifton Hill Family Center.
Right.
You got people that are for like high end dining. It's close to the to like Embassy Suites and those
Yeah,
high end.
Skyline
They
and
got
whatever.
everything you want. Where here we're like, well, we need family stuff. No, you need family. You need young people. You need this. And like we have a market that likes to drink in Erie County. Open containers. Let's get them down here in the
Right,
wintertime.
right.
Walk around drinking. Who gives a shit? Put them in the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Like it's. I don't know. It's just. So too, even like I don't see any marketing done for downtown to to be a spot.
Are we
for
just
the
missing it
Bills
because we're not
fans or-
watching the? I mean, I'm not on the tourism sites
I don't know.
daily. Are they pumping it out? We'll have to.
No,
we'll
they're not
have
pumping
to-
nothing out. There's nothing getting pumped out. The Maid of the Mist Cave are the ones being pumped out. That's about it. And then there's no policy changes in the city that's going to do that. They're not thinking creatively how you. They're not viewing it as a business standpoint. They're viewing it as simply how do we not get sued? Well, I mean, because the lawyers are the funnest people to deal with in business. You know?
Yeah.
My accountant always says that. He's like, God, there's two people you have to deal with in business: the accountant and the attorney. And he's like, I'm the accountant. The accountant's
Right.
always like, our goal is
That's
to make sure you
bad
don't get
guy,
in trouble
bad
to
guy.
keep making
Yeah.
money. Because our idea is just keep making money. The more money you make, we make. But the lawyer is always about just kills the idea.
Yeah.
Kills every
Wow.
idea because they're like, well, how are you going to get sued? Well,
Sprinkles a little.
we make so much money. Who cares if we get sued?
Yeah. Right.
You're gonna get
worry
sued.
about it later.
More money, more problems.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. So we got the tourism district. Real quick, I mean, with a little brevity, what do you think of just downtown from 56th Street to the tourism district. Just what your thoughts?
I mean, it's pretty run down. Pine Avenue's pretty run down, I think. I think they need to I think they need to scrap the whole Little Italy thing and put a like international sign up or something.
I was telling you earlier, I went down yesterday to the event at the city market.
Yeah.
Great event. The people having a great time. Live music, free. They were giving free hot dogs to the kids. It was a nice event, but driving to it was,
run down.
And it's not even. I mean, yeah, there's some shuttered businesses, and some of the houses are run down on that strip, but also the
vacancy is
weeds
about
and
the vacancy is about like 80%.
We were talking last time about the knee-high grass. That's how it is around every tree on the city's portion. It's like litter everywhere. I'm driving by thinking if I was with somebody from out of town, driving in and we're going to an event and this is one of our main streets.
It's pretty run down. I mean, it's not a upcap, but it's and unfortunately it gives a perception that it's like unsafe. It's not unsafe.
And it's a local. The locals are used to it, and it's the normal thing. But I mean, the evolution of it hasn't been on the upclimb.
No, it's definitely going down and down. I think. I don't think
and
it's
that's
going up.
Now going down Pine Ave, leading to Main Street, which is what the next one I'll ask you. Main Street is that's Niagara Falls, New York's Main Street. This is Main Street, USA.
It's Gene Simmons Boulevard now.
Gene Simmons Boulevard. Exactly.
I wonder if they showed him the street before they named it after him. Like, this is going to be the name of your street. He'd be like, what the hell?
Or they took him all the way down. If they're at City Hall and they went up to about where's Cedars at, right next to City Hall, that's only a street up. Or maybe the library. And at that point say, okay, that's not Gene Simmons Boulevard.
If I was like famous and somebody came to me and said, I'm going to name a street after, our city wants to name a street. I'm like, oh, wow. Thank you for the honor. And I was like, I want to see the street. And they brought me and they showed me this beat up street. I'd be like, this is some sort of sick game. Is this a joke?
This is an insult. Gene Simmons is insulted. He gets back on the plane.
I take my money bags, throw it and slam it on the ground.
Take his money
bags,
storm
out of there.
Fly away. Right.
I go get my hair dyed blacker.
Yeah. Put on his kabuki makeup.
Kabuki makeup? He's wearing makeup?
No, when he was Kiss.
Oh.
Yeah.
He wears makeup. He looks like a guy that wears makeup.
Yeah, probably.
He dyes his hair jet black.
Definitely. This is just roast Gene Simmons now. Poor Gene Simmons.
I don't care for Gene Simmons or Kiss, to be honest with you. I think they're terrible.
I missed that. That was a kid. That was a little kid. Rich, what do you got on Kiss?
I never liked Kiss. I remember they were, they have a couple good songs like everybody, but I remember when they decided they weren't going to wear the makeup anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember how. I think I was middle school or junior high or I don't know, maybe ninth grade. And then they showed up on whatever they showed up and they didn't have the makeup on and then they nobody gave a shit about. You didn't hear about Kiss again for years until they decided to wear the makeup again.
Right.
And to Gene Simmons' credit, he's a pretty good entrepreneur.
Oh, no doubt about it.
He's done pretty.
Yeah,
he had his his reality show and he owns a bunch of.
I watched it.
Miniature golf places in Las Vegas. The guy's a smart businessman. He's been able to brand his name pretty well. But I'm not. I mean, besides
the tongue always creeped me out.
Whatever,
that tongue
couple
thing.
songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. They're okay. But if you went to see him in concert, it'd probably be $8,000 for a ticket. Cause
I think when I was a kid, we were scared of them because we were 8 years old when they were on stage.
I'm sure there were a lot of parents
breathing
that were like,
fire
that's the devil.
His half-foot tongue. We were scared as kids. But
yeah.
Well, this has been an interesting conversation, Mr. Baillie. Yeah, we'll have to expound on this a little further the next time that you show up and grace us with your presence.
Well, all right.
Right.
Sounds good. We're cutting it. We're cutting it down.
Cutting it down. We'll edit it up. We'll chop. We'll try to weed out some of the bad stuff with the help of our producer.
Stuff.
Never.
It's all good stuff.
It's all free flowing and perfect.
If somebody's mad, oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. We'll figure it out and we'll continue to evolve. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Go Bills, for we are here to cheer for you. Go Bills.